All right, everybody, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Today we have another lovely day in the stock market. I'm checking on the big picture yesterday, just checking on distribution days. 2 on the NASDAQ, 2 on the S&P. Very loud bell. Let's see what the market's up to this morning. Got Tesla down 1.59%. INMD appears to be towards the top of our list, 2.43 after large reversal yesterday. Appears to be getting maybe back with the program, finding support down there at the 50-day moving average. We'll see. OKTA, a little bit of a pullback yesterday after trying to get over our trend line here. Facebook up a little bit. So we're just oscillating at this moment in time, about flat. Hey, what's up, Nighthawk? See if INMD can bring it home. Fortinet. Let's see what Tesla's doing on its. Yesterday, it was interesting on Tesla. We jumped up again, came back down. Looks like we filled a gap. You can see right there on the daily chart. And proceeded to kind of move up for most of the day. Right here. Kind of a sideways choppy action. Now retesting the lows of yesterday. Actually not too mad at this particular price action right now. Yeah, I think it could be okay. You know, always looking when you have a high flyer like this, when's it gonna start taking itself down? And so far, this has staying power. Hey, what's up, Eli? Back in the MJ sector. Um, yeah. Well, the MJ sector is interesting. We noted on the New Year's Eve that everything was popping. If we take a look at CGC with another pocket pivot yesterday, right there, 2 pocket pivots in a row, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it is looking like positions in some of these names are warranted. I think you can probably take the best of breed. I don't know if I would go into the micro caps yet. You can probably take a proportionate position in terms of its leadership. In other words, if you have like CGC and Cron would probably be two of your leading ones. Those you can take heavier positions in, and then these other ones you've never heard of in your life, you obviously take smaller positions in. It doesn't mean they can't have big runs, but I don't think you can necessarily count on them to have huge runs. So this one got up yesterday after earnings or something. ACB. ACB's been interesting. It's actually been making new lows, but yet still looking bullish. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Well, at least the past couple of days. Shut up, Siri. Shut up, Siri. Siri always listening in on my conversations. Hey, Rob. Yeah, not a big fan of penny stocks, but MJ stocks are not penny stocks. Some of them aren't, at least. Tilray, look at that volume. Wow. Holy crap. So again, go into the leading stocks. Tilray, did not notice that yesterday. Let's take a look down here. Looks like yesterday was a pretty big day for a few of them. Oh, no, that one didn't have a big day yesterday. So yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking, I don't know if you're looking at massive moves right away in these names. I mean, that would be ideal, obviously, but if you're looking for slightly, I don't want to say long-term holds, but I mean, hey, it's MJ, and as explosive as these were in 2017 in through 2018, you're getting a discount, and if that repeats and even exceeds those highs, which in time is likely, can't say it's going to be this year, but it could be 2 or 3 years, and you could see, Cron, which is down here at $8, up at $50. I don't think that's out of the ordinary, to be honest with you. I really don't for some of these names. Probably the leading names, the ones that have the market share, that have all the fundamentals behind them. I think you take a look at those and you can go with those names. Like I said, proportional probably to its leadership. Um, yeah, that's what I think is the right thing to do here. So give Tilray a little bit of a pause here. Look at the volume stepping under the 5-minute chart on this bearish candle. Look at, as nice as that volume looked yesterday, look at the 5-minute candle today. Just dwarfs it. So give this guy a little bit of space. But yeah, I think MJ could be coming back. 2020, I think, is going to be a big policy year. It's a general election year, which I think there's like every state. Usually there's your interim election years, which was 2018, and then your general election years, which is 2020. And those are the days you want. Those are the years that, really big stuff starts to happen. So Tilray bouncing up well off the lows right there. Well off the lows. So, yeah, I think you start to pick on some of these MJ names. You got that MJ ETF. If you don't quite know what to do, you can always invest in that. And I think that you could probably just invest in that if you really wanted to. If you don't want to pick names, you could just go with the MJ ETF. It's actually been holding a low here since mid-October, 1595. And that could be, could be pretty good, actually. And actually, if you look at MJ, I think that ETF goes out years, 2022. So if you want to go out 2 years, you're going to pay a little bit of premium. But if you do your research right, so let's just see. So for a $20 call, you're looking at basically $4. So you think this is going to go to 24 by 2022. And here's 24. So you're betting on that essentially for a break-even trade. And this is on a weekly chart. I think this is probably something that's likely. Now, all that being said, we do have an election coming up, there's going to be, I heard the initial caucuses are like February or April or something, and then the generals in November. So this is going to be kind of an iffy area for the markets right here. And then after you get a new president or the same president, then the market will do what it's going to do. So a bit of an iffy area, but after this, ideally, clear sailing, especially for the MJ stocks, if the market hears what they want to hear. This could be one of those generational buys. I mean, really. I mean, we saw what it did up here. If this is your break-even point for 2022, and this starts to get going, again, you could see MJ up here towards previous highs at $40, give or take, and that would be phenomenal. That'd be pretty good. So again, actually, let's just say it pops right here, and you V that. Not that I don't think that's going to happen, but if you V this proportionally up as down, maybe a little bit further out, but I mean, come on, with that as your break-even point, and you have so much time on your hand, I think that's a pretty good risk-reward opportunity. 3 times MJ? I don't know, Rob. Just do options. That's all you'll need for a 3 times MJ. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you want to hold for really long periods of time, I don't think so. I think they're probably too risky right now to put on a 3 times ETF. Top 105 leveraged ETFs, 3 marijuana ETFs to buy. Top 9 marijuana ETFs. There's YOLO. That's funny. There's a 2 times MJO. Oops. MJO appears to be a 2 times leveraged ETN, which is, for all intents and purposes, very similar or the same to an ETF. Very thinly traded, it looks like. I'm not sure what this gap up is about. And it looks like they stopped existing for a few years. And I don't even know why this is the same chart. Weird. All right, INMD holding up relatively well. Facebook, OKTA, Fortinet doing good. Tesla bouncing back a little bit. Leading lower here today is UI and Carvana. SIVB, TRN. All that coming in a little bit. Guys, hold on a minute. I got to go smack my kids around a little bit. All right, I'm back. My hands hurt from smacking them so much. Just so much smacking happening. Canada's sector facing tumultuous 4 to 6 month period. Many facing bankruptcy. Tesla tanking right here. FLWPF. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a leading name by any means. So Tesla down another % here. It's been a gorgeous run up. Facebook 0.68%. After yesterday, Fortinet, PayPal, AYX, the same same usual suspects we're seeing doing stuff day by day. Nice tight action up here across the 120 on AYX as it's looking to get back towards recent highs here in this larger base on the weekly. And also, remember the target from the inverted head and shoulders 141, so you still got about $20 to go in AYX up there. Yeah, don't worry about ratings. Do not worry about ratings. Ratings are sales tactics. It's pretty much all they are. Believe you mean there's only so much you can run. Yeah, I can't run forever. It's been interesting. Yesterday was one of those. I don't have a term for this quite yet, but it's not quite coiling because it's at a high. But this is almost like a not quite a reversal pattern intraday, but it could be considered one. I've seen a bunch. You actually made some good trades off of these in the lows of some consolidations. When you're in a downtrend, basically flip the chart upside down. You're in a downtrend, and then you see this type of a choppy action, and then it starts to go back up and reverse on you. So we could go on to see the correction which everyone's been looking for a while, and blowing past 500, even all the way up to nearly 550, 547. I guess that it doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world to correct above 500. All right, let's check out global watch list real quick. NIO, Hexo, MMNFF, all some MJ names. NIO up here, gapping up for some reason. And don't need to look at you guys, Rob. It's a 3 times ETF, so you can't think of it a double bottom that way. You'd have to look at the underlier, which is, I forget, because I don't care. Square's still looking pretty good. Look at that, 1.85% today. We got a long-term trend line in play. Square's really been, not very good all year. So I really like this for a turnaround at some point. It's held these lows relatively well all last year. Look at that. Got a lower down there, right down about $49, $50, and held above it here at 55. Held support at 60. And so looking to maybe break out of this at some point in time. I believe we've got a really good. Actually, I don't have anything saved for Square on StockShed. What price do we start buying Tesla again? Well, it's less of a price and more of a state of mind. I don't know if I felt like saying that. It's 300 to 350. Oh gosh, I hope not. Yeah, if you go by Tesla's all-time chart, you'll be able to get it again by about 225. So Tesla's an interesting story. You get these, I mentioned this the other day, you get these crazy runs and then things tend to pause for a while. Maybe this is the end of the last of the crazy run. I don't know. Yeah, it could be. The it just depends, man. The thing it's really going to depend on the next couple of earnings reports. I do think we get a larger base in consolidation at some point. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop on Tesla, good or bad, and just kind of go with the price action. I mean, look, if you want to take profits up here, that's okay. It's been a very expansive run. I can't argue with profit taken up here whatsoever. In terms of where exactly price point to buy again, you have to see how it plays out. That's why you're here every day. You know, you don't come here and then set a limit order, then don't check back in ever again. You're here every day for a reason. And the reason is because this is a very fluid situation. Um, you know, which stock? All of them. They're all very fluid. So you have to pay attention. You're never just one and done. Um, you're always looking at the next trade. So you got to check back in. So usually for me, it's a thing where, oh, it's buyable here, or I'm going to forget about it, and then I'll hopefully find it before it makes the next large rally. And you just got to look at it in the moment. I mean, how many of these do we find the top? Yeah, the ebb and the flow. Exactly. Yeah, how many of these top, and they're like, okay, we'll check back in on it. Like INMD was a good example, right? Rallied all the way through here. We had some trend lines, rallied up, stalled out on us. Okay, we'll come back, and then we come back, we'll see a channel. You know, up here and it said 55. Maybe you could have said, maybe it would have said 33. Maybe it would have said it came down to 33. Maybe it would have said 38, you know. Maybe none of those. Maybe you thought it was going to die, but you just wait and see what happens with it. So it's hard to have a thing. Like Square is a good example that I've traded Square a bunch. Did good with it. Actually, did really good with Square in 2018. Made a couple trades in 2019 on it, but it really never went where we wanted it to go. And now here once again we're looking to buy it, and we're going to buy it at about $70. It looks like, as this thing potentially tries to break out. Another good situation with Square is maybe it'll come back in and do an undercut and rally, but I think I don't know. I think it maybe looks like all these lows have been respected. There's a small undercut and rally right there, but I'm waiting for that trend line to break. It's just always a waiting game for the next setup. An INMD back 4%. Back strong after an interesting day yesterday, which really didn't end up going lower. I never did sell this. I really thought about it hard yesterday, but let's try to be patient with the market because it's generally been in a larger uptrend. What's down here today? UI. Not very good. Beyond Meat. All right. Finally stalling yesterday. I didn't keep tabs on it yesterday, but there's finally stalling at 134. So there you go. Yeah, I guess you could have bought it at 110, but you'd have been basically break even right now if you didn't sell it yesterday. And so I guess we can, I don't know, I guess I'll keep an eye on it. We'll throw this on the actionable list, and we'll see if it's something we want to get involved in later on down the line. Yeah, right, Rob? I've been trying to figure out a way to adjust them, but they don't have a setting for that. And it is horribly annoying. I've just kind of gotten used to looking at the volume. Yeah, see, like here, type candles. See, this should be green. I want this. I don't know if I can make that green. So fill up just means that. Then I get show wicks. Oh, that would be the worst thing in the world. Candle trend. But see, I don't like these hollow candles. I think these are dumb. I hate hollow candles. I don't like them. That's not even real. So yeah, either I go back to bar charts, but yeah, I don't know. So it's just kind of weird. Just kind of weird. Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, today's gonna be a fun day. I like driving go karts. Those are a hell of a lot of fun. And my son is tall enough to go on the go kart, so we're gonna go do go kart riding this afternoon. Okay, no, it's my mic glitching. My mic glitches from time to time. Anyway, AMC's been pretty interesting. Couple of big candles down, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like those should have been larger. But anyway, AMC. I wonder if it's prime for a turnaround. I don't know. But like I said, the one by my theater or by my house here does pretty good. At least I think it does. Maybe I'll go talk to the manager. I wonder if I could do that. I wonder if they'd kick me out. Have some 15-year-old kick me out. Hey, it's my son. I thought you were driving go-karts for me. Yeah, go-karts are fun. So we're going to go do that today. It's his first time, so I'm doing it in the middle of the week. He gets out of school early on Wednesdays. So we're going to go do that this afternoon. Hopefully I get all my development done before then, which means I'm not going to have any time for anything this morning. Okay, Pay's looking interesting. Hasn't gone down a tremendous amount here. Under the 200-day and the 50-day moving average. What's going on with Pays? Let's go check out some IBD stuff. Pay sign, okay. 85 relative strength, 82 composite rating, so definitely not a horrible stock. Just a very, very long 6-month downtrend. 150% EPS change last quarter. That looks pretty good. 150% last 3 quarters average EPS growth. Wow, this is looking pretty good. 600% current quarter EPS change. 300% EPS change for current year. 40% sales change. These numbers are good. Why is this thing destroyed? No news available and no change in funds owning stock. This one is fundamentally alive but technically dead. Usually you see the complete opposite of that. But this one could be interesting. You got a double bottom down here. Have declining volume generally. I don't know when this thing's going to come back, but you're looking at this thing down on support. So maybe we'll wait for these moving averages to converge. I loosely want to keep an eye on that because that looks pretty tight the past several months. We had Pays on our watch list and then we threw it away, but I'm going to bring it back because I mean, look at this. If you're going from 9 to 18, that's almost a double. Yeah, almost a double. So that's going to be that could be pretty good with some patience. MongoDB, the future. MongoDB is the future of technology. It's undisputable. No one disputes these facts. No one at all. Hold on, let me ban Eli from the chat room real quick. How do I ban? Put user in timeout. I'm going to put Eli in timeout as I make MongoDB comments. I need a XR. Oh, come on. No way. How about I buy MongoDB with your XRP money and then I just give it back to you and say it was XRP? kids' college money in it, I'll trade it like I'd trade anything else. I'd buy it. I'm late to the party, unfortunately. I can't buy it here. I'm late to the party, but I was looking at it down here, but then I got the Eli FUD in my ear. And there's lots of jokes on me, Eli. That's not one of them. Actually, that's this right here is a very good pocket pivot right here. Look at that one right off the moving averages. That actually was probably one I should have got involved in right there. That's pretty good. MJ does look like a possibility there. That actually, zooming in, it looks extended. Everything looks extended right now, but the market's up 0.25%, handling yesterday's light down day very, very easily. Let's see what Tesla's up to. 1.54, so we're bouncing up a little bit off those lows. Atlassian, shaking my leg too much. There we go. All I do is sit here and shake my legs while I talk. So Atlassian very nicely out of here. Look at that beautiful little pocket pivot right there on the trend line break. Right there. Bam. That's a good one. That's a good one too. That'd have been one to get involved with right there. That was your buy day. Already up 12% in about 2 weeks. That's great. I keep trying to find those, but in the moment, hard to pull that trigger sometimes. That I'm just not looking at them. Sometimes when they're that flat, they don't hit my radar. TNA, this is 3 times the Russell 2000. And this has actually really suffered since the peak back 2 years ago now in 2018. We haven't come back in the Russell, and it looks like we're actually doing that. So that bodes well with the small caps getting frothy out there. And another thing I think is actually pretty bullish is everyone says the market's toppy. Everyone says the market's toppy, which means the market's not toppy. It's kind of weird, but it's just, that's the way it works. It's the way it works. Everyone thinks the market's toppy, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, I get the underlying fundamentals and the premises in which they're using, but I don't see it in the charts necessarily. I don't know. Proto Labs right there. That's a pretty nice tight pattern. Let's take a look. Look at that thing over the past couple of weeks. Super tight. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Now, Proto Labs actually is a leader in the 3D space, unlike 3D Systems, which you think would be the leader. It's not. They're ranked 3 in their industry group, which composite rating is 35 out of 99, which is not good. Earnings just kind of suck. Sales also only 2%, so that's almost a non-starter. But getting really tight right here, I don't know. That is a nice reversal of fortune here for Proto Labs. You can see getting up there, another higher low, nice tight consolidation. Really going back to a month. That's the 16th of December right there. And then we've been sideways here for a month, and maybe we're going to reverse fortune. Don't have a lot of volume yet today. And this one also is too thin. Yeah, it's probably too thin to trade. But it won't be surprising if you got Proto Labs up at 130 in a couple of months. Cyber almost back to all-time highs. ZTS, ServiceNow have not stayed on top of ServiceNow that much. Definitely one of the better cloud names out there. Put that on our list. Trimble ENDP with a big day yesterday. Looks like following through today a little bit. What was that? INVA. That with a nice little pause here. 1, 2. Not much for a base yet. Really no pattern here, but just a pause and consolidation. Loose test of the 10-week moving average or 50-day is a little bit lower. But a 10-week or a 50-day test, both are akin to the same thing, and you can buy them off a test of either. That's actually looking pretty good. CME Group. Okay, I think we talked about this one a little bit ago. And supportive here on some of the moving averages. A 20 period moving average, it looks like. Likely to get higher up to 222. That's an 8% rally. Can't argue that's out of the realm of possibility. Actually, you know what? I got Square up here. Let's go look at that Square trade. Just going back up to 100. And then we'll come back and look at CME Group. Now let's just say 99. Let's say 99 just because it may not actually get to 100. You never know how these things go. Let's say that takes a few months to play out. That's pretty good. Your percentage rally is 41% and going out 6 months? That's a year in 6 months. Going at 6 months on Square if it rallies from here. Yeah, I think this was our break-even point, wasn't it? 79? So now I got a break-even point of 77 for a 300% gain. Let's watch that one. Okay, so now that's on the watch list, on my options watch list. Good volume this morning. FTNT, is it finally making a next move there? Oh yeah, it's been slowly doing that. Yep. Very nice. Hopefully Square's going to do the same, something similar. This is very good action this morning. The volume is relatively high, I would argue, compared to, except for this day right here. That looks like that was supported though. So Square looking pretty good right here. Looking at a 300% gain going out to June. It's a little bit early. It hasn't broken, but it's breaking moving averages, which is bullish. Good volume coming out of here. That's a lot of pocket pivots in a row right there. One pocket pivot here, 2, 3, 5. Each one of these days is a pocket pivot. And each one of those days has the same volume signature. So we could get going in this name. I don't know. I think I may take a position in this. It's a little bit early, but I'm not too mad at it. It's a little close to the trend line, though. No, Jake, the time to sell stocks is when you don't think you should sell stocks. So Square on the actuals, I did just buy a contract on Square. We're a little extended up here, but I just bought one. I think today. So maybe it is time to sell. I think today, actually. The trade deal signing. It's a good question. I saw something on it yesterday. Yeah, Wednesday's trade deal signing, so that is today. Hope they don't tank the market on that news. That would suck. Yeah, right. Better hawk the charts. It's probably not a bad thing. Come on, Skyworks. What are you doing on? What are you doing over here? Oh, Snap is having a good day. My Snap option's off the charts. Oh, yeah, look at that. Snap getting right there towards highs. Let's go back down to the actionable list. There it is. Oh, only 2%. That's pretty good. Too late to buy ETH, Jake? I don't know. Too late to buy a lot of things. ETH's got a nice set. You want to buy ETH on the breakout, I think. Let it break out. A little too late to buy Dash, although I don't know if Dash keeps going like this, we're going to have another breakout in Dash. So I don't know. I mean, I like where the market's headed. I like what it's doing right now. But we've had quite a substantial rally. So, excuse me. Actually, last night I was sitting right down here at these lows in Dash, and I'm like, oh, this thing's looking bad. It's probably going to turn around. It started turning around. Coming up overnight. So we'll see what happens with some of these. Dash really caught fire yesterday. I'm not sure about Ethereum, though. It really hasn't had its day in the sun in a very long time. It's moving, the other coins are pulling it up. It's not pushing. So I don't know why you want to be super involved in ETH, to be honest with you. 2-minute crypto look every day? I do enough crypto looking during crypto. Stocks is like my therapy. So Facebook 0.88%. What do we got down here today? Tesla back up to almost even. So that's good. UI Beyond Meat is down light. Nothing too crazy down here except for Skyworks, which is loosely pissing me off. I've got a option position in Skyworks. Was up 60% 2 days ago. It's only up 15% today. I don't know, I may close that one arbitrarily, but every time I do that, they tend to bounce back, so I'm trying to hold on to all these positions. SIVB, Restoration Hardware yesterday with a nice up day. This could turn the tide for RH. Volume wasn't very good, though. Lower high so far. I'll give it a little bit of space, but like I said, kind of at the top of the show here, our normal suspects, we're doing pretty good. INDB coming back nicely. D-Dog, which we haven't been all over this, but it's starting to come back okay. Kind of a distribution day right there. It's really going to have a blow-through day of this IPO base high right there. It's really going to have a blowout day. And Square extended up. Looks like we're going to come up, and I don't know, we'll see if we test the trend line today. May get a little bit higher. Look at that volume stepping in right there on that previous candle. That's a big bullish candle. Wow. Like I said, AYX still going good. There you go, Rob. Get some AYX on the second leg of this run up to this 140 level right there. There's 14%. Over 10% right there on AYX. MongoDB's upside, I would argue, is infinite, really. In reality, the MongoDB upside, as you know, look at Oracle's market cap. It's obviously going to take over Oracle. Obviously, there's no doubt about that. That's what everyone's saying. All the kids are doing it. Work, DocuSign. Yeah, MJ is good too. You could, if you got some cash, you could dump a little bit into MJ for kind of a longer term holding strategy. You could do that. I don't mind that too much. But that's the good stuff. The white snow has no taste, Eli. The yellow snow's the good stuff. It's got some flavor to it. I have to close out of my snap trade. It's just too big. Still got 2 weeks to go, too. Yeah, market's doing not too bad here. We're a little elevated. All right, so there's Starbucks. I brought this back to the list yesterday. Crossing our trend line. Looking pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. This stock murdered me last year. I just made stupid decisions in Starbucks. Made, yeah, two really, really dumb, stupid ass decisions, and probably more like three really dumb, stupid ass decisions. Maybe 5 or 6 or 10. Who the fuck knows? But really dumb decisions in Starbucks last year. I don't know. This is almost due a pause just running up this much. Did have a little pause here. That almost gets us back towards the highs there, back towards 97 on a measured move perspective. We'll see. Other fish to fry if we want to. Facebook, doing pretty good up here. Broken its longer term trend line. Could be just off to the races here. I've got Facebook until June. Already up 60%. And it looks like I only have it going up here to 245. So looks like we're going to get there relatively quickly if this continues in this fashion. But Facebook been pretty good so far this year. We'll see what happens at earnings. That's a little scary. Oh, I've only got one call. So I can't even cut it in half. F-Cell. I don't know about that. Another penny stock. I'm familiar with this. Yeah, we looked at this a little bit ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay, this is the one we talked about. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Rob. Good job. Well, you haven't meant it enough, Justin, because you don't have a position. So you have a position or you don't. It's the way it works. But doesn't that always suck when you're like, oh shit, I was gonna buy that one. Obviously you weren't because you didn't. Happens to me all the time. No, I would not necessarily consider this a bull flag by definition, but yeah, it's definitely a higher consolidation. I guess you could call it a bull flag. But yeah, you're gonna want to wait for some volume to step in this thing. Yeah, look at this thing in the overnight hours. They really like that over there. Earnings are coming up, or no, they already happened. Okay, so yeah, you probably want to. You can pick at this a little lower if you want to. You know, if you're looking for this as a super stock, I think we discussed this a while back. If you're looking at it as a super stock, then you're going to want to. And the weekly chart is pretty high there. Yeah, probably take a smaller position size, maybe a quarter of a position size as an entry or something like that, and then just kind of hawk it a little bit. Wait to see if you're down 20% or up 20%, how that's going to go, and then you can, move accordingly. But get it on your radar if it's something you're looking into. It is holding relatively high. It has not fallen off, so that's good. That's a good thing. All right, AYX extending up here. I think, like I said, I think this one has potential to go up there to that 140. I think that's going to hit that. Let me look at that trade. I got a little bit of cash left. Maybe just a AYX pump would do it for me. I always feel like I need more cash. Oh, I don't know, Rob. Check it out. Yeah, see, it's 8. If I buy a 125 here, it'd be 80% profit for like a 10% move. Yeah, 12% move. But let's say it gets to 138. That's still pretty good. All right, let's do that. Out of a little pause. It's pausing here in the moment. I'll keep that trade on tap. I'm not going to pull it quite yet. Facebook up 1%. Okta, INMDB still doing good. Yes, we're doing good. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It's actually pretty late. It's 8:18. So I'm going to bounce. Market's doing okay so far. Could just be, due to the whole China thing. That is a good point. Been waiting for a deal with China forever. So, I mean, they know it's been in the works, which is why we've had this rally. This rally is all based on China and Fed. That's all this is. So, if we don't sell off, then it means game is still continuing. I don't think it necessarily gets more bullish, but I think it continues. So if it does sell off, then it means that they're just waiting to sell the news. But at the same time, I don't know who's going to be waiting for China deal to be signed before buying. So I don't know. We'll see. But that could lead to a drop in the market. So all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow or later in the Crypto Power Hour. All right, bye.